Ollie, a very good morning to you. Yet another delay. How's that being received by Britons this morning?
October the 31st, the Halloween Brexit delay, trick or treat, all the metaphors and jokes you can imagine are being used here in the UK to describe this latest delay that Theresa May has agreed with Brussels. Of course, she says she still wants to get Britain out of the European Union within the next few weeks. One of the main reasons she says she wants to do that is that there are European elections at the end of May, and if Britain has to take part in that, it could be incredibly messy, with members of the European Parliament being sent by the UK to the European Parliament with a Brexit cut-off date due in October the 31st. The prospect of some of those European politicians just being in work for a few weeks. Also the possibility of European elections being very messy indeed here in the UK, with the likelihood really of populist parties doing very well, anti-Brexit parties doing very well, perhaps Remain parties doing very well as well, and really complicating politics domestically here too. So that's part of the reason that Theresa May insists she still wants Britain out of the European Union much sooner. But how she gets there is really difficult to work out, because at the moment there's no sign of a cross-party compromise and no sign of being able to get her Brexit deal through the House of Commons as it stands. So Halloween it is.
Well, we have to wonder then, Ollie. I mean, you know, she has to get her MPs to okay this. They've rejected it already 3 times. So what could she possibly be taking after 5 hours of talks in Brussels to the table now that might change their minds?
Well, the real difficulty is that these cross-party talks that are underway in London with the opposition Labour Party, you can imagine the type of Brexit deal that they might be able to get towards, which is a customs union membership of sorts with the European Union, and effectively the bones of Theresa May's existing withdrawal agreement, the so-called divorce deal with the European Union that's already been agreed with Brussels, and Brussels says will not be reopened for negotiations under any circumstances. The problem is, if you get to that type of deal between Labour and the Conservatives, it splits Theresa May's Conservative Party, because many MPs in her Conservative Party are dead set against a customs union. And it could split the opposition Labour Party, because many Labour MPs say there should be no deal with the Conservatives if we're not being promised a second Brexit referendum. So really difficult to see how either political party would keep themselves together through all of that, and that's part of the reason that the prospect of a general election here in the UK continues to grow. The interesting thing about an October the 31st Halloween delay is that it just gives you enough time for some kind of major electoral event, should we be heading in that direction here in the UK. It would definitely be enough time to hold a general election. It may even be enough time to hold that second Brexit referendum. So neither of those possibilities are off the table here. Theresa May, though, insisting that she can get some kind of deal through the House of Commons in the coming days, and some MPs might be minded to back a deal to avoid this sort of perpetual delay with the European Union, with the Brexit date just being pushed back and back and back.
Well, you're right then. Maybe she does have a Halloween trick up her sleeve. Let's see what happens. That's Ollie Barrett, our UK correspondent, explaining the latest in the saga, and it's certainly become a saga with the Brexit deal. Now,